Hi everybody, this is Anne. This video idea started with a drawing of a design that I made. I wanted to see how much it would cost to turn it into an underglaze transfer sheet. I contacted a company who gave me an estimate of almost $350 for 50 sheets. I didn't need that many copies, so instead I came up with 5 different ways to transfer the images to my clay, which I'll demonstrate for you. Well, here's my drawing. The company recommended that it be 11 by 17 inches, so I drew these butterflies, hummingbirds, and morning glories to fit the page. But how do I get those designs on my clay? The first way would be through graphite transfer. I started with a sheet of tracing paper. I laid it down over the section that I wanted to transfer. I traced over the lines with a pencil. I turned over the drawing and blackened the back with the side of a sharpened pencil so it left a heavy coat of graphite over the entire drawing. On a bone-dry slab, I placed the drawing where I wanted it. With a pencil or a pen, I traced over the drawn lines to transfer the graphite. I removed the tracing paper to reveal the design. Of course, if you fired this in the kiln right now, the graphite would fire out. To make it permanent, I like to use underglaze and a fine fingernail detailer brush to paint the line. The underglaze has metal colorants that won't fire out when fired to temperature. I like to use the fingernail detailer brush versus a fine art brush as the synthetic bristles are made for handling harsh materials and the points don't splay apart as easily, so I can paint nice, thin, clean lines. Now here's a sample I created. This method is good for both flat and curved surfaces, but it's a lot of work, so smaller projects would be preferable. For this cup, I used an atomizer to apply the underglaze to the surface before transferring the image. For glazing, I used Amico C11 Clear. The next way I could transfer my design would be by slip trailing. I had this black underglaze slip trailing bottle for the job. I added a fine line tip to the opening. I placed a sheet of tracing paper down over the portion of the design that I wanted to transfer. You can tape the design down if you prefer to keep it from shifting. I then began to outline the design. This technique may take a bit of practice to get the lines consistent and keep the nozzle from clogging. When I was done, I let the design dry completely before moving on. Transferring the underglaze from the paper works best on fresh clay, so I rolled out a slab. I turned over the design and positioned it where I wanted it. I used a damp sponge to moisten the back of the paper and stick the design flat to the slab. This also starts to re-moisten the underglaze from the back side. The moisture from the clay will also help with this. I used a red rib over the design to complete the transfer. I peeled up a corner of the design to check and make sure the underglaze had transferred. If it hasn't, repeat the steps. When it was ready, I peeled away the paper. If you have any areas that need reinforcing, you can always paint those areas. Here's a little platter I created using that method. I sprayed a layer of underglaze onto the slab using an atomizer, then I splattered underglaze over that using a toothbrush. You can see that this method adds a distinct line quality to your design. To finish it, I bisque fired it to cone 04. I brushed on 3 layers of Amico C11 Clear glaze and fired it to cone 5 with a 6-minute hold. The third way I could transfer it is with mason stains. I made a mixture of equal parts Gursley Borat substitute, which is the Gillespie Borat, and mason stain. I then added a little water and mixed it well. I brushed a thin layer of the mason stain mixture to a glazed tile and let it dry completely. I've tried this with underglaze, but it wouldn't transfer. While the mason stain was drying, I traced a portion of the design onto my tracing paper with a pencil. I laid the tracing paper down over the dried mason stain tile and traced over my design lines with a pen. The mason stain is kind of powdery, so it'll lift off the tile easily. You can see the blue lines on the back of the paper. Again, I started with a fresh slab of clay. I turned over the design and positioned it to where I wanted it. I moistened the paper with a damp sponge to flatten and stick the paper down. I then used a rubber rib to help transfer the mason stain. When I removed the paper, I had this nice transfer. Now here's a bigger platter that I made with the same technique. I started by sponging underglaze to the surface, then I applied the mason stain transfer. Now here's the finished version. I bisque fired it to cone 04. I then brushed 3 layers of Amico C11 clear glaze over the top and fired it to cone 5 with a 6-minute hold. The next way to transfer the design is with a silk screen that has a photosensitive coating. In a previous video, I demonstrated the process of layering the screen over the transparency of the design, then exposing it to the sun. I placed the screen in water for 5 minutes to soften and loosen the burned out emulsion so that when I rinsed the screen, I had a nice transfer. If you'd like to see that video, check out the link above. I went to my local Staples and had this transparency made of my design. Using those steps to burn the design to the screen in the sun, I created this silk screen. I still needed to make the underglaze ink. To make my own, I added just a shake of the CMC gunpowder to a tablespoon of Amico black underglaze and left it about 2 hours to activate the gunpowder. You'll see that the underglaze thickens up considerably so it won't spread or seep out under the silk screen when applied. This method will work on both fresh and bone-dry clay. This is a bone-dry tile. I laid the transfer down to the tile. I dipped my finger into the black ink and pushed the underglaze down through the screen using circular motions and pressing slightly. When I removed the transfer, here's the result, a very nice even design. There is another way you can transfer the design, again using the silk transfer, but this way, printing the design to a sheet of rice paper first. I positioned the silk screen over the rice paper. Using the same technique to transfer the design with my fingers, I was able to transfer the ink to the paper. Now here's the design. I let the ink dry completely. This technique works best on fresh clay, so I rolled out a slab and cut it out. I positioned the paper over the clay and wet the paper to flatten it and stick it down. I ribbed the back like the other projects to transfer it to the clay. I peeled up the paper to reveal this nice design. Now here's a platter I made earlier using the same technique. I sponged the underglazes to the surface first, then transferred the silk screen design. I got a strong line quality using this technique and it went very quickly, but may be tricky for curved surfaces. Now here's the finished piece. I brushed 3 layers of Amico C11 clear glaze over the design and fired it to cone 5 with a 6-minute hold. I ended up not choosing to spend the money to make a commercial transfer, but with these techniques I was able to achieve my goal. If you want to try these methods, I'm offering a PDF of my design that you can download in my Etsy shop. Check out the link in the description. Thanks to the newest members of our Little Street Pottery Research Facility team. If you'd like to join the team and earn a title, click on the Super Thanks or the Buy Me a Coffee link. In any case, we invite you to subscribe to our channel and we'll see you next time in the studio.